What is going on, guys? It's your boy Big Dylan and welcome back to another Destiny Trials of Osiris guide. Basically, this week I'm going to be breaking down each of the maps. If you don't know already, the maps are on rotation this week. For this week we have Manifold, Exodus Blue, Rusted Lands, Widow's Court, Momento and Frontier. So that's 6 maps for this week for Trials. Anyway, I'm going to break them down map by map. I'm going to go in the exact order that I just read them out in, and hopefully I can give you guys some tips and pointers as towards how to win matches. So let's get straight into it. So the first map we have Manifold. We're just going to get straight into it. The first thing I would do, now this map is completely symmetrical, so what I say to do on this side you can do on the other side as well. It's completely symmetrical, just play it the same on either side of the map. The first thing I would want to do is get mid control. Mid is going to pretty much win you the game. If you don't know already, the cap point spawns right here. This is going to win the game if it comes down to, you know, the last 30 seconds of the game. We have to actually capture the point. Most teams on the enemy team, they will either challenge you out in mid. They'll either, you know, a couple of spots to look out for. You're going to be looking at these boxes here. Maybe the boxes over there. Maybe someone's going to be up on the platform just near special over here. You got a couple of spots to look out for. Maybe watch up at the ledge. Also, another thing is to watch out near the tree down here. It's a very good, you know, sniper's line of sight. People like to snipe down here, so be careful of this if you are challenging mid. A good place to actually go when you actually get into mid, if you want to sort of anchor people around, use this wall here to your cover that I'm actually sat on right now. Jump up on here and you can actually sort of peek, pop a few shots off, get into cover when you're weak, let your teammates sort of rotate out. Maybe you have one teammate push right out around here, take a long range angle. But the main thing you're going to want to watch out for again is people sniping with icebreaker from this doorway over here. Always watch out for the 2 spawn doors. People will always be sniping from there. That's the main sniper angles you're going to be wanting to watch, is tree, the main door, and probably down near the specials, and probably the plat just on each side of over here. Each team has one. But that's pretty much what I'd say to do. If you wanted to play it a little bit more safe, you could put one person on top of this platform here. Put one person in mid if they're the more confident player. Maybe they're sniping, you could put one person in mid, and you could also put one person on that platform up there. Then you've got a full radar of the map. As soon as you see red on your radar, again, call it out. As you can see, the cap point's up right now. If it came into this, send one person into the cap point. Try and camp, you know, if they're on this side of the map, try and camp behind here and cap as best you can, and you should go on to win the game. Anyway, let's move on to the next map. So now we're on Exodus Blue. Now this map is not symmetrical, so each side you'll sort of have to play it slightly different. For me personally, after my experience of playing this map a lot, I prefer this side of the map that I actually spawned on right now. I just feel like it's a little bit more comfortable, especially when you're challenging mid. The cap point actually spawns right in this building right here on B flag for control. I just feel like it's a little bit more easier to challenge because you've got more angles to work with. You know, you've got 2 doorways to play around with, and the other team just has the main one right at the back over there. So for this side, I would simply play it safe. If you get this side of the map, I would just pretty much hold the enemy off. Make sure you're watching all the angles. Try not to challenge any dumb snipers lines of sight like this one. This is where a lot of people seem to get picked off. A couple of angles to watch out for as well as up on top of this actual fuel tank here on the other side. That's a really good spot for the enemy team. But in my opinion, just play it safe. There's no real need to push out of here. If you do get a pick, you know, if you get one enemy down, try and push on the res. Maybe say if you challenge this angle here, get one pick there, maybe try and throw a grenade and try and push through to the other side of the map, try and get an angle on it and try and rotate and try and keep the res down. Other than that, I mean, if you spawn on this side of the map, it can be quite tricky at times. My best bet, the one that I always seem to usually be pretty confident in, is going inside. Now inside, for me, you've got a lot more cover to work with. You've got an easy exit strategy over here if you need to. You've also got one down here where you can skate off into your spawn if you want to. A couple of spots to look out for here is again down here. You could actually have someone sniping in their spawn, so again that's another thing you're going to be wanting to watch out for. Basically, you're going to be trying to rotate through the map, try and push the enemy round onto your side of the map. That's the way I would play it in my opinion. And once you've got this side of the map, just hold it. That's probably the best strategy I can give you for this map. Sometimes it can get quite campy, but that's the way I would play Exodus Blue. Anyway, let's move on to the next map. So now we're on Rusted Lands. If you spawn this side of the map, this in my opinion is the worst side of the map, I would simply start going forward. Now I would never jump up onto here because the enemy team 9 times out of 10 will already be set up way before you, and they'll probably have one sniper down there and probably one sniper up on top of the car down there, so wouldn't challenge that whatsoever. It's a very easy pick for the enemy team. In my opinion, you're just going to be wanting to go straight down to B. The flag for the actual capture point spawns right down here, right in the middle pretty much of this enemy spawn. Now if you do happen to spawn on this side of the map, again I probably wouldn't challenge this. I would just go straight to the right and play it safe, work with your team and just try and get a pick. The enemy team, if they see you camping over here, they will try and push you. Again, you have loads of angles to work with over here. This is a very good area to win gunfights and actually get picks. A couple of spots you're going to want to watch out for. If the enemy team is going to anchor one person to this side of the map, maybe they're sniping, watch out for that angle over there. You might actually get popped from that side of the map by a sniper. Another angle, you can actually jump up onto the ledge of this pipe over here. Very good angle to get at times. I've used it quite a lot in the past myself. I'll try and get up onto it if I can. Might be a little bit of a blueberry today though by the looks of it. I can actually get up onto it. No, I can't get up onto it, but you can actually jump up onto this ledge anyway, is basically what I'm trying to say. But again, just hold this area of the map. You've got special ammo if you need it. You've got one down in this tunnel as well. When heavy comes up, I know I haven't really talked about heavy at all for the other maps, but when heavy comes up on this map, this angle is actually quite bad. You know, the enemy team has the advantage, you can shoot your feet, all that sort of good stuff. So in my opinion, maybe you could send one person around this way, put one person down in the tunnel and put one anchor over here, and if all the enemy team are just stood here trying to aim down and shoot you, then they're getting shot from all three ways. That's the way I would play it in my opinion. Heavy's usually always the round that I lose on trials anyway, but that's just the way I would play it. But anyway, that's pretty much going to do it for this map. Let's move on to the next one. So now we're on to Widow's Court. The way I would play this map is a lot of teams like to push to straight up to top mid. The top mid is quite a very good area to get locked down if you can, as the cap point spawns pretty much right where I was shooting right there, right in the middle of the map. The way I like to play this map, if I get this spawn and I'm on my Titan, I play very aggressive on my Titan. I would just pretty much thrust straight up to the top of the map and just go straight up to mid. If I see someone sniping here, I'd thrust to the right and just get out of the way. You don't really need to challenge it and try and anchor this point. Now if another good angle, if you're using a pulse rifle, another good route that I like to take if I'm on a warlock or a hunter, if you go straight to the right and go inside church. This is a extremely good angle to work with. Again, if you're actually sniping, this is a very good angle to play with as well. If you're a Night Stalker, another thing I actually like to do is pretty much double jump over here with Bones Veil, jump up onto here, jump up, maybe throw a wombo combo over the top. If you get someone, try and push up, get a pick, try and get the top stairs of the map. This seems to be the dominant area of this map. Obviously you got the high ground. A couple of angles to watch out for. Again, there's a lot of sniper lines of sight on this map. I try to stay out of them. One place that I do like to go is on this ledge right here. At times you can actually outplay people if they're coming around here. It is actually quite funny at times because nobody seems to really know that spot. But again, if you do seem to get this top part of the map, try not to challenge sniper angles. If you do not have a sniper, try and stay out of them, as you will actually end up getting popped 9 times out of 10. I've seen it plenty of times, and it's also happened to me myself. Again, this is a very good angle to watch out for as well. If you send maybe your sniper up here so they can maybe watch this side of the map and obviously snipe down here or something if it's needed. Again, as you can see, the cap point spawns right into mid. Heavy spawns right there. Again, it's just pretty much a fight of whoever wins it. It's pretty much equal for both sides. Just watch out for the snipers. And that's pretty much it for Widow's Court. Anyway, let's move on to the next map. So for now we're on Memento. The way I would play this map, I wouldn't challenge this angle whatsoever. I would actually go straight to the shed outside. Now this little cabin out here is pretty much, I'm pretty sure the cap point spawns out here somewhere. I don't know if it's in the shed or on top or like on either side of it, but I know it spawns around here somewhere. I haven't actually played this map for Trials in an extremely long time, so please forgive me for that, but we'll see it in about a minute 30 seconds anyway. But yeah, I would push straight through bottom mid. Again, if you spawn on the other side of the map, push straight through your bottom mid angle as well. With primaries out, I would push out straight with a primary. Again, if you spawn this side, say sod off to middle, push straight out to here. Now, if you need an angle on the top ledge up here, a very good one is right inside this building. Very good angle to work with right there. Try and set up people with primaries in all angles. Try and get them in head glitches as much as possible. You can crouch behind this here as well, and you're going to be very, extremely hard to hit. The main reason I do not challenge this ledge up here is because, say if I was to spawn on this side of the map and I run up here and I'm sniping, or I've got my primary out, my pulse rifle, the first place I'm going to look is straight on the other side. And if I manage to kill the enemy, on their side, their plat, that's a free pick for us. I'm going to leg a nade over and try and land it on the back of the wall, and I certainly did. And then I'm going to basically push up on that, and that's an easy pick for me. Then we should win the round. That's why I do not challenge this ledge, as it is too predictable. If you spawn on this side of the map, again, you have your own head glitch right here to work with if you need it. Another one right here to get this lane if the enemy team is pushing through here. This is very good to hold down with a pulse rifle. I would use this one very often as well. So so the cap point actually spawns right in mid. This is actually quite interesting. I think they've moved that from the last time I actually played this map, but very easy to work with actually if you get this map, in my opinion. There's quite a few more angles to work with, a couple more doorways. You could actually send one straight through the back point over there and go through here if you need to get an angle over there. So in my opinion, again, that side just a lot more dominant. This side can get quite crowded, and you can get popped by snipers a lot of time, by people hard aiming with icebreakers, which is very annoying. But anyway, that's pretty much going to do it for Memento. Let's move on to the next map. So now, last but not least, we have Frontier. This map is quite a campy map from my experience. Very snipey, very hard aimy. There's going to be a lot of people using icebreakers on this map. I just know it already. So I'm not looking forward to this one whatsoever. Now, if you spawn this side of the map, push straight over to the left. If you don't want to run out here because you're scared of getting sniped by the enemy team, you can actually just cut straight through around the back and go through your building. The reason I go over here again is because I'm pretty sure the cap point spawns right where I'm shooting, if they've not moved it. Now, a couple of things to watch out for. This map, a lot of experienced players like to use the bridge. Although it says turn back, you can quickly jump up. If you're using something like a pulse rifle or a Mida multi-tool, you can kill someone in about 3 seconds and then just quickly hop off. A lot of people don't expect it. Just be prepared for it, because a lot of the good players do like to use this to their advantage, like to jump off and try and get round to the top of the map. Say if they all were hard in right here, I'd probably tag 2 or 3 with that nade and then I'd clean them up. So it's a thing that you're going to have to watch out for. A lot of good players do like to use that. If you spawn this side of the map, again, I would go to the right. There's plenty of cover over here to work with. You've got a special crate right here in your spawn. Also, if you need it, exact same on the other side of the map. There's a special crate right in that building over there as well. Basically, it's just going to be pretty much about head glitching on this rock. You're going to be wanting to watch out for bridge, bottom bridge, top bridge, and the enemy spawn. Make sure none of them actually end up wrapping into your spawn as well. Make sure you've got that on lockdown. Use this angle to your advantage if you need to. Rotate around here. Make sure that the enemy team doesn't throw a lightning grenade on there and get you off of it. As you can see, cap point right up on here. I'm pretty sure heavy spawns on the other side of the map as well. Now, the way I would play heavy is pretty much just to try and get kills with primaries. Try not to play heavy too much, try not to rush up. I would try and use this rock here. Now, if you spawn the other side of the map, a good angle to actually send your sniper into is this behind this box right here and pop people with the sniper that are actually trying to get it. Heavy again is pretty much a win-win for any team can win it. But again, go to the other side of the map for all the other rounds for the cap point. Anyway, hopefully this entire video gives you some guides onto how to play on every single map for Trials this week. I know it's been an extremely long video. Hopefully you enjoyed it anyway and got some tips from it. Drop a like in the video if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel for future Destiny content. Thank you so much for watching, and peace.